Hey up, you horrible lot. It's Tooting. This is a pickups. There's no booter. We're rained off. We're shut down for the season. That's it. All done. Yeah, there'll be no more booters unless there's an odd one that appears, you know, in the winter or something. But basically, we're done. But I've got a slew of pickups actually. A bit of trade with a shop. Some trades with fellow tubers. And some purchases. Bit of everything actually, to be honest. Bit of current gen. Nice bit of retro. So let's crack on. I hope we've all been well. And we enjoyed all the sort of Play Expo vids. I think the last one that I've kind of seen from the ones that I was expecting is Daz Cojones de Loro. So he sort of played that. I'll leave it till everyone's watched theirs and then I'll release mine. The case in point where he had his video went, I'll probably agree with what everyone else's video has said. That's the kind of the inherent problem in doing that, and a lot of, you know, you kind of reiterate and just tread over the same old ground. But a great vid from Daz, some great footage. Again, a bit like me, didn't really get as much as I think he was perhaps hoping for or wanted to. We will see. I keep saying hopefully. This weekend, Halloween 31st, fingers crossed, is shaping up to be a cracker. So I'm determined to sort of get this all on cam as much as I can. I'm going to get some pennies together though. I am a bit brassic, I must admit, and I've done a bit of a splurge here, so I'm struggling a tad. But we'll see. We'll, you know, worse things have happened at sea, as they say. Anyway, what have I been up to? Okay, like I say, I've got some trades. I'll probably crack on with them first. And then I've got a load of like... Oh, actually no, I've got another one here. Sorry, see, I nearly forgot that one. So we'll do... The one I missed out from last week was from my mate Edward Wassimo. Wassim Edward. Yeah, he says it because it's Chinese, they say the names back to front, don't they? So yeah, do you know what? I completely forgot about this because it was underneath a pile of other stuff. Edward Woodward. He's not the equaliser. Not even had a job. That's all I've had, a little sip. I haven't been very well actually. Last couple of days I've been fucking rough as hell. Really, I've been. Oh, not good. Feeling all right now. It wasn't man flu. I think we might have had food poisoning. I don't know. And that's not the wife's cooking. I think it's a bit of chicken we got from Tesco's. Not Tesco's, Sainsbury's. Anyway, you don't need to know that. Yeah, the reason why I think it might be to give some to the dog. He weren't very well. The eldest one, she was alright, but he's thrown up and all sorts. I don't know. I've lost my thread now. Let's talk Edward. So check Ed out. He does, you know, you sort of pick up your car boots. He's got a couple that he goes to the weekend Saturday, so he's probably gonna, you know, keep sort of churning them videos out. He does a lot of sort of travelling as well. He's always hitting different places, so he's always finding odds and sods. I think these are from the car boot. I can't remember. He had some Saturn games. One I was really interested in. I grabbed this off. Who did I get this off? On the PS1. I don't know if it's Mick, Button Basher. Shit. I did a trade with someone for the PS1 version of it. Ed had this on the Saturn. I sent him, he's done the video, Mario 2, Galaxy 2. I'd had that for a while, you know, and I just thought, I'm happy to swap. I don't know what the value of this is. I think they're probably near as damn, I don't know. Oh, actually, is that in there? Oh no, I'm missing that one then. Oh, you fucker. Yeah, there's a few scuffs on this. I didn't even check the disc, you know. Ah, it is. It's missing it. Oh, that's a shame. I just realised. I didn't even check it, Ed. Yeah, that needs a bit of a clean, doesn't it? But I mean, the rest of it's okay. Anyway, it is Jolly Bazooka Tone. Now, as it says there, it's a free CD. So this is like a platform. I don't think it's mega There's nothing sought after about it or anything like that. It's a bit of a weird, different one. I mean, for one of the cardboard cases, it's in great condition, you know, from the outside. Manual's in spanking. The disc does need a clean. I'll tell you that. I doubt that's going to fire up. I mean, but then again, strange things have happened. You can't even see it now, but yeah, there's a disc. But it is meant to have another disc, so underneath that look, you can see that is where the audio CD. So I'm on the hunt if anyone's got the audio CD for Johnny Bazooka Tone, and I'm probably guessing, I don't know if the PlayStation 1 had said disc. Music by People. Probably older than that. But yeah, I mean, it's got good reviews, 94%, blah, 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 blah. Sega Game Pro and everything else. So yeah, if anyone's got the audio CD for Johnny Bazooka Tone, hit me up. Go and check it out. I'll probably get, you know, with a bit of my CEX credit, which is depleted to 0 now. £2. I'll go probably down and get it clean at some point. So that's from Ed. This is from a mate, Steve, Daft Steve. Long time in the coming. This is. It's just a manual. We have took note. Hey Stu, please find the close a much awaited manual for da da da. Sorry it took so long. Keep up the cool vids, Steve. Don't worry about it, mate. There's no, you know, no problem, Mark. If you've got anything you're after, give me a shout. Steve had picked, I think, 2 copies of this up somehow. I think he might have bought one and found one at the car boot. I don't know, something like that. Again, if I'd seen this at the car boot, I'd pick the fucking game as well. I said to him, look, because he was going to trade one into CEX. I said, look, can I have the manual out of it? He said, yeah, because I'd bought one from CEX. That's the manual. It's Capcom Collection 2. Becoming quite sought after, this is. And I can't remember which particular games not. It's around. I'm looking at the front on here. Mega Twins is on there. Tiger Road's on there. So, you know, I think this is probably a better collection than the first one. So Steve, awesome stuff. Go and check Steve out. Does some great pickups and car boot videos. Right, last trade, and then we've got some stretch my legs pickups. This is from a lad I've been watching a couple of weeks now. I still can't think where I found him from, but it don't matter anyway. I mentioned him last week. Did I mention him last week? I think I did, or the week before. Retro Roberto, Rob, great lad. Just some outstanding sort of car booty, you know, sort of very reminiscent of Rich King Retro in terms of his car boot videos, and Kieran Game Boys are awesome. But he does like he sort of speeds them up to sort of key points, a bit like Kevin Wolford, and then talks about the bit where he's got stuff. So it's quite enjoyable to watch from that aspect, you know, not take away from anything from the other lads. But Rob's, again, I don't know, maybe it's just me, just got them voices, a bit like I mentioned before, Phil Kett. Nice to see you back, Phil. I can just listen to talk, I can just, you know, listen to him talk, sort of thing. Anyway, Rob picked up an absolute blinding, actually this is 2 different weeks. He got great scores from GameCube titles. One of them I was after, and it's the only one, I think it might be the only one, that had some sort of damage to it. Well, he's tried to do like a Conan's Dolores special, like eyeing it, which I've never heard anyone do this with the covers, the paper covers of the GameCube title. He says it hasn't come out great. I think he tested it on a couple of Duff PS2 titles. But to be honest, it'll do me for the minute if I can get, you know, if I pick one up from CEX and it's got no manual or whatever, and the disc's fucked, I can just swap the insert out. So I'm not too bothered. A bit of a tricky one to get by all accounts. I haven't seen it pop up on anywhere. In terms of, you know, CEX or out in the wild, you can probably go and buy it online, I don't suppose. It is Disney Sports Basketball. So I don't know if you can see that. It's going to be hard. There you go. Look, you can just see just around here. Look, it's just got that ripply bobble effect. It's probably a bit more pronounced on the front than it is on the back. Well, actually, you can see on the back there. Look, see it? It's just where it's probably more moisture rather than it, you know, water being chucked on. I think it's basically where they leave them out. Bit of juice sets on it or gets in the bottom, and then as it warms up it starts evaporating, tries to evaporate through the plastic, I think, and it just causes it to bubble up. But I mean, it's all great inside. That's all the Disney titles, and quite interestingly enough, again, I'm no expert on the Cube in terms of the variants and the different region variations, but I have been, and you'll see why in a minute, if I don't know, and some astute people may notice the game behind me. In terms of the case, what you find is some of them have these different codes, the alphabet codes. So this one is basically in English and Spanish. So where are we? There, English flag and Spanish flag. It does obviously say multiple other languages as well. So yeah, a lot of the sort of PAL quote unquote titles are multilingual, essentially. And the variations come in terms of the insert and just the manual. So here you go, look. So this one just basically, the manual's in English and Spanish. Shaky hand, man, look at that shaky hand. But yeah, so well happy with that. And the week, so obviously Rob was sort of, you know, busy man as we all are. And then the week rolled past and he got an absolute stonking, fucking brilliant haul of NES titles from his mate. Obviously paid a decent, you know, wedge for him, but I said to him, look, is there any, you know, that you don't want, you've got or whatever? I'd be interested. You know, do a trade. He said, you know, to be honest, I think there was one game, I can't remember what game he said it was, and then there was this. I said, oh, was it this as a whole? And then another game. The other game I had, this game I've got, but this was like as in box with the manual and that. So, well, look, to be honest, I've got that game. Would you be interested in letting go of the box and manual and, you know, sorts of that? He said, look, don't worry, you can have the box and manual. It's, you know, he said they're completely battered, but I think it's all right, to be honest. I've got to get myself some of them Sentinel cases. What is in the Sentinel case, I don't think it'd be that bad. And it's Retro David like this, it's Gremlins 2 new batch. So yeah, I've picked this up. Did I get this from Blackpool? I think I finally managed to grab this from Blackpool. There's a bit of crushing at the sides, but I mean, you know, Rob's, and you know what, the man he is, the top lad he is, he's even sent me a dust sleeve as well, and he's, you know, he said, oh, the manual's battered. Mate, that's, it's all there, there's nothing wrong with that. For its age, it's fucking superb. So again, Rob's a lovely man, honestly, he really is, top lad. Pleasant to listen to. He's not like me, not like a gobby knobhead. And yeah, so well happy with that. It's got all the flaps and stuff. I do need to get some of these Sentinel cases. I keep saying that every single time, but you know what it's like. You end up with, like, I don't know, a couple of quid in your PayPal, and it's like, do I spend 10 quid on 10 cases, £1 a case, or do I buy something else? And there's always something to buy. That's the good thing about retro game collecting, though, especially if you're across, you know, a few different formats and stuff. There's always something, isn't there? There's always something. Anyway, so what do we do now? Sticking with Cube, because you can see this game running here, and again, those that they may be more astute than others will probably think, I don't remember you picking up Evolution Worlds. I didn't. Clearly I have. So I took, because I've been looking at this, so at the minute I think with a couple of these titles here, I'm down to 25, 24 Cube titles. Again, quite a slew of them are the sort of European exclusives, like the Kokoto. I think there's three Kokoto games. There's Teen Titans, there's Taxi 3, there's Franklin. Trying to think of any of the ones that are stand out-ish. There's a few of them anyway that are like European only, and then there's obviously a few sort of UK PAL, if you like, that are like fucking hen's teeth, or as Dad calls them, shark's eyelashes, and, you know, rocking all shit and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, this particular game here, I've never seen it. I've seen it at Plex, about 50 quid. Went online, I thought, you know, I started looking again off the back of this kind of thing where you get, like, you know, multilingual. So I did a bit of research, and there's not a great deal out there. I thought, right, what European games would play in English? I'm not too fussed about the cover. That's per se, because on the obviously look, it's Evolution rules, right? But on the shelf it's exactly the same. So I wasn't overly concerned as long as it's in English. It transpires there is a way of telling, and I'll try and show you with this one here. And I could be wrong here, I can't remember where I read it, but if you look at this code, see this code here, and it's on the disc as well, the DOL code. Right after where it says, where you've got the DOL, then you've got a 4-digit, a 4-string character. Where the fourth character is a P, then that means it plays in English, I think. Something like that. But I did message this seller. This is from Holland, Mark Verheerland and Wouter, and he assured me it played in English. Sure enough, it does. It's English. What it does, I think these discs, they just read what the region is of the console and adjust accordingly. So again, this manual is in French and Dutch, I do believe. I could be wrong. Yeah. And you've got the different. So there's a few regions. So if you've got, if you've got a game that was in, say if this was the Portuguese version, I'm pretty sure the Portuguese version is Portuguese and English. The German version, I'm pretty sure is only German. Because I've had a few German GameCube games bizarrely from a charity shop before. So I don't know which regions, in terms of which partner language they would have. So I'm not sure if the Spanish one is Spanish English, but clearly the Dutch is Dutch and French. So, but this was 18 euros. I'm guessing. Well, I don't know what it cost me. Something like 16 quid. I think it was 16 quid posted. It wasn't much more than that. I'll tell you that much. So from 16 quid, from 50 quid. This will do. This will do for me at the minute. Again, it might be I drop Lucky CX. There's a copy that pops up. Even if it's only got the insert, swap the insert over, give them that one back, saying, whatever. There's a myriad of different options. They ain't expensive on CX either. You probably want to never turn up, So there's a few like that. There's Gadget Racers, which never turns up. There's Frogger Beyond, which never shows up even on eBay. But there's a few like that you can get away with. You can sort of fill out the I know that Dunk had a few like that before he managed to acquire the UK PAL versions. So that's kind of the angle I'm going for a little bit. Just being a bit more astute with the last couple of games. I mean, there was a set of them Kokoto ones went for about 50 quid. So we're looking at like 15, 17 quid each. Don't know. I've seen them go for 40. I think there's one of them's more hard to find than the other. I think it might be Kokoto Racing. Kokoto Funfair, Kokoto Jumping and Kokoto Racing. I'm pretty sure they're the three ones. But yeah, we'll see. There may be a few more of them sort of European variants. I'll just see if I can source it that way. Some people might say it's a cop out. Oh, you should be paying 50 quid for the right insert, for the bit of paper. Fuck that shit. But it plays all in English. All the menus are in English. When you press start and it starts playing, all your combat menus are all in English. There's no different. Let's be honest, how many of us really read the instructions on any games? Because generally we're blokes, and if you're not blokes, we're gamers. If we're gamers, we're just pig ignorant because we know better. Rant over. One more game. It's in English. This is the one I missed out on at Manchester because I was a knobhead. So when I got it, and I've got it, I think significantly cheaper than I would have got from Play Expo. So there you go, for 10 quid. I'm pretty sure it's just 16 to 20 quid. Can't remember now, but it wasn't 10 quid. I know that much. Summoner, Goddess Reborn, and I won this on an auction. First auction I've ever won in I don't know. To be honest, these are the first things I bought off eBay for. God, if it's not 8 months, it's a year. But yeah, great condition. Got all no precautions, but I've got plenty of precautions. Discs fine. So yeah, well happy. Again, like I say, with that and Evolution, and I think that's all the cube ones. Yeah, I'm down to, I'm pretty sure if it's not 24, 25 games. Okay. What do we do now? What do we do now? Let's mix up a little bit. Let's go for some charity shopping. Now, I was a bit cheeky with these ones, and I told you before, you always need to ask. There's a charity shop I go to, I don't have anything in it, honestly. 9 times out of 10, I have fuck all in there. I always ask, and this is why I always ask. I can't remember which ones are which now. Bollocks. Hang on, bear with. I think it's these sort of slightly better ones. Yeah. That one's alright. Yeah. And that one is okay as well. Yeah. Right. So, charity shop. Nothing in there. And I go up to the lady and I sort of say, and there's a chap sort of there, and he's a little, I don't know, he can be a bit standoffish at times. And I sort of said, I don't suppose you've got any games up? And he went, yeah, I have actually. And I was like, bloody hell. And even the woman said, Gordon Bennett, you alright? You want to sit down? I said, knock me down with a feather. And he come out with a pile of PSP titles, which was a little bit like, oh, okay. So put them on the table, and to be honest, the boxes and the spines, you know, you can sort of gauge a little bit if they don't look too bad. So actually, they're in quite good condition. Some nice titles in there, I can sort of see them as he's bringing them out the spine. And what you've got to remember with the PSPs, you need to check them. Not check them just there, you've got to take them out. So, point in question, we had this pile of games that he brought out. Okay, so Modern Nation Racers, what you need to do is when you pop it out, you've got to check that it's not splintered, because bizarrely the official Sony white cases are shit. What I've done in the past is bought replacement ones off of eBay. I think they're like 50p each or something like that. You have to buy them in packs of 5 or something, and they're so much better. Because what happens is, as people take them in and out with these, the clasps at the top here, they get caught in that little groove, and I'll show you on a couple. So, anyway, Modern Nation Racers, Daxter. They're nothing amazing. Lemmings is quite a good game. Sonic Rivals 2, you know, decent title. So what you've got here, and I'll show you, as you take it out, look. See it? Because that little class, it's just a bad design. So yeah, it all comes apart. So there was that one that was like that. Truthful Square, SpongeBob, Crash Team Racing. Some good games here. Ratchet and Clank Size Matters, and then the SpongeBob. So these ones, I went through, and the lady was throwing these in the bin. Dunk, dunk, dunk. I said, I'm charged £1 each. So I ended up with these 3, which are okay. And I said to her about these ones. I said, well, because I've seen them in the bin. I said, well, if you're going to throw them out, can I have them? I'd use them for the case. I'm happy to give you a quid for these. She said, yeah, fine. I think we ran it off to a £5, because these are £3. I said, oh, £2 here. So yeah, I mean, some of these ones here, like I say, if you get the sort of replacement UMD housings, they're fine, because it's the discs that the difference anyway. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I don't think, in terms of me, what I've done in the past is kind of calculated the trading value against CX, and then obviously added in me purchasing replacement UMDs. So see if it's worth it. I'm not sure if it actually ends up being worth it. So I don't know if any guys are out, any of you guys are out there interested in any of these. Let me know, as in, you know, for your own collection, because they're definitely worth. Like I say, just buying the UMDs, because they're all you know. Let's show you. Crash Team Racing. They're all mint in terms of the condition. You know, there's no like, they've not been bashed about or anything. They've really been looked after. So that's them there. And then on another different day from a different charity shop, that's the guy who got anything. Oh, I don't got anything. But he goes out and has a look for me anyway, nice enough. Comes back with some PSP titles. One of them is Buzz, I think. And there's these 2. And I'm like, oh, how much are they? £1 each. Right, I'm having them fuckers. So we've got us Final Fantasy 1 and 2. And these are in great condition. mean, the manual's got that bloody game sticker on it. That one hasn't. But yeah, there's no damage to these. Absolutely fucking great. And weirdly enough, with the PSP ones, they're a bit like the GameCube in terms of the, you know, the player's choice. It's only the insert that changes, because the disc and the manual are exactly the same as the black label, if you like. So yeah, a couple of nice PSP titles there. I have still got them slim and light black PSPs, which I need to. I say, meant to be going to the Leeds Retro Market this weekend, next weekend. So partly thinking bundle them together and try and move them on. I don't know. If any of you guys are interested in the slim and light PSPs with, you know, some of them games or whatever, hit me up, because you know, I obviously do need to. I don't collect for it, but I just keep falling across it. I've said before, I need to stop collecting for SNES, GameCube, Mega Drive, and I'll you know, be tripping over stuff. Okay, right. I'll put them in that lot. Talking of charity shop, last bit of charity shop. There's one of the stores that I go to, and I've got to know that there's two lads there. One's a youngish lad and one's about my age, and they're both sound. I have a right old howl with them. They're not like the usual sort of charity shop miserable bastards. We have a great scream, honestly, we do. And so I got to know them a little bit, you know, like I say, just having a crack. And one of the lads, he actually goes to another shop. I think splits his time. Well, I don't know how he works it, but anyway, long story short is he said to me, "Oh, did you see the other stuff in the shop?" I was like, "No, what stuff?" And he went, "Hang on, give me a minute." He sorted someone out with whatever it was. Went to this other shop, went out the back, dug these things out, and he goes, "Oh, there's something else, but I can't find it in a minute. You have to come back next week." I checked with him today, and he sort of said, "Oh, he's on the van or something, so it'll have to be next week." He goes, "What I'll do though in the future, anything like that, I'll take from that store and bring to this one, so it's here." I was like, fucking champion. So anyway, what he'd gone out, I think I mentioned this before, this chap, when he got me the scope and the Home Alone NES. So it's, you know, he knows what I'm after, which is really useful. And he come back and he went, he goes, "Is this any good to you?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." It doesn't have the game, but weirdly enough, I do have the cart for this. I'm pointing that way, you can't see it, but it's on the shelf. So yeah, this is going to get bundled in. Okay, the trouble with these boxes is that there's a little nibble out the corner there. It's a well-worn box, there's no doubt about it, but it's a box, and it's got everything in it. So you've got the pad. Oh, the colour's gone again. Got the Destructions, that one, and then they got the mouse. I've tried to clean this up. I don't know what's gone on. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit like, I thought it was like makeup, but it's not. It's just discoloration. And I always find it bizarre that this mouse is like the American. Come on, colour. It's because it's so bloody rainy and miserable outside. But yeah, I was always wondered why they had the sort of American colourings on the mouse. I don't know why. But anyway, £3. Yes, just well, you know, what are you looking for? I don't know, £3. I was like, fucking sold. Sold to the Tootmeister. £3 la. And he said that he mentioned that there was like a phaser or a gun or something, or he said a scope. And he got me a scope before. Again, I showed it. It was just a scope. But he come around and he goes, "I found this," but he goes, "I'm pretty sure there's something else in there," and it's the receiver. Again, I got a boxed scope off Mick Button Basher, but you know, it's nice to keep that all boxed, isn't it? If needs be, and use that one that's loose. So the rest of it he's going to try and dig out and say any future stuff like that, which he's now aware of, which he kind of was before. He's going to keep to one side. Okay. Current gen. I was up to town today. Up to town. And my daughter had mentioned this game. And, you know, sort of like did the usual as we did as a kids. You know, sort of mentioned it a little bit. And I was uptown in game, and I looked at it, I thought that's not bad actually. And they had something else that I was interested in alongside it. And I had an email from Nintendo about said game. So it's Nintendo, it's 3DS type. And most of you probably know what it is anyway. If you're on the pulse with Nintendo. And so I went to the lady in game. I kind of know them a little bit, you know, I'm a little bit cheeky. That's where I got the squid hats, the Splatoon, you know, squid Splatoon hats. I've got two because I said about my daughters. Some, you know, I know them a little bit. I said, oh, this particular game, Nintendo's doing a free T-shirt. What have you got? Because there's nothing advertised. She said, well, we do have something. We have some a very limited supply of a certain set. I was like, let me. So I phoned the daughter and said, look, are you interested in it? I don't mind grabbing it for you, but you've got to obviously give me the money back from your pocket money, because there's no point in me just keep giving them pocket money and buying them stuff. I'm not going to learn the value of anything, are they? So realistically, I'm probably not going to get my money back. I don't mind. And the game in question is Zelda Triforce Heroes. So I think it's released yesterday or today. I can't remember. 23rd. When's the 20th? I don't know. Anyway, yesterday or today. I don't know what I'm showing you inside. She's playing it. She's playing it on the bloody morning. So with that game, so Nintendo, I've got like a T-shirt, which is okay, quite cool. But I think these are a little bit better. So game have these. A white box. No. They have these, which are really quite cool actually. Well, that one slipped down. Hang on, bear with it, slipped. Hey bugger, there you go. It's like they're all jumping about in here. A set of pin badges. So I don't know why there's no red one. I don't know, because obviously there should be three, red, green and blue, but yeah, we've only got blue and green there. But yeah, a limited set of pin badges, and she said they are in limited numbers. What that means I don't know. Not 10 million or whatever, I don't know. Still limited edition. But I thought they were a bit better than the T-shirt, to be honest. But alongside that on the shelf was this, and I looked at it and I thought, man, that looks fucking good. So when I brought this back, I said to Ellie, like, oh, here's your game. So what's that you got there? I said, oh, this is because I'm going to put it with my my new 3DS XL. And she was like, I said, oh, would you wanted one? She said, yeah. And yeah, fucking cool. I might have to go back and get her one, to be honest. But it's a Zelda. Go on, Bennett. It's a Zelda sort of pouch, carry pouch. So it's like fake leather, but it's got all the Triforce and the Zelda symbol on it and whatnot. And it's got this like, so it's got two styluses, which are the shield and the sword. Now this map, I asked them, because it says, right, on a quote, Hyrule map, peel and stick, cleaning cloth. So I said, if it's a cleaning cloth, why is it sticking on something? So they reckon you put it on and you peel it off and it peels all the crap off. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I haven't opened it, but it does look fucking damn good. So my limited edition Zelda's going into that bad boy. Yeah. 10 quid. I don't think these are going to last very long. And I really don't, because they do look fucking good. So, yeah, that's a bit of current gen for you. What was I supposed to say? I can't think. We move on. CE fucking X. So we've had nothing back. Not an absolute dicky bird. about my missing Wavebird controller at all. In the interim, I bought another 2 off of them. So I bought one, what we're on now, we're on Saturday. I bought one, I don't know, early in the week, and that turned up. It's not the same one, because the other one, it's in the box, but there's the other controller. So yeah, we have 2 receivers. Alright, so this turned up. No, I'm getting it wrong now. I ordered 2. The first one that I ordered early in the week, say Tuesday, never showed up. I ordered one on, say, like Thursday, which turned up. Today, this morning, the other one which I chased. So I've chased the one that I had, the bag of it. I said, well, this hasn't turned up. Equally, the one that I ordered on Tuesday hasn't turned up. But one I ordered on the Thursday had already turned up. But then today, the one from Tuesday turned up today. So it's almost like one store is very efficient at sending stuff out, and I must admit the one okay, let me get this right. So the one that I ordered on Tuesday turned up today was way better packaged. It was in bubble wrap and then into a jiffy bag. The one I ordered on like Thursday that turned up on the Friday, which was a pretty good turnaround, was just in a jiffy bag again, which annoyed me a little bit. These need cleaning. They do work. Put batteries in on the light up. They need a scrubbing and clean. This one's not in the best condition. Although I'm pretty sure I've got a loose Wavebird. It's these things that you want really. So essentially, I'm still one light that was in the plastic. We've lost some at Royal Mail bag. I can't claim off Royal Mail because I don't know where it was sent from, and I've tried to phone them up. And I tell you what, don't bother going through the Royal Mail thing, because all they do, you go for about 6,000 menus, and as I said to you, oh, if you're claiming for something that's been lost or damaged, go onto the website. That's it. I have to go for all these menus, just all this bullshit. So I thought I might be able to talk to someone, because someone said to me, oh, surely they're expecting you to contact them. No, they're not, because they're this fucking useless. Because it's only sent first class, there's no recorded. So yeah, just don't bother. If anyone's watching and that ever happens to you, just don't bother. Don't bother phoning them. There's no point. So that being said, I've got 3 Wavebirds, 3 receivers, on one short, one light, or whatever you want to call it, and CEX not getting back to me. What do you expect? Anyway, some of the bits that I got from C of the E to the X. This one, now I'm pretty sure this started on PC, this franchise, but it's an Atlas game, and it's, you know, of a certain ilk, certain genre, and it is an RPG. It's Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land. There's by Atlas. 3D RPG, great condition, all there. Along with that, I grabbed it. Now I'd seen this, you know, a few times in the past, and I never really. I thought, oh, that's quite cool. I remember that from back in the day. Yada yada yada. I tell you what, this has gone up in price. It's gone up in price, and it's gone up in, you know, people wanting it, being sought after. So if you see this fucker somewhere for a decent price, grab it. And it's a boy and his blob on the Wii. So David Crane, isn't it? I'm sure it's David Crane. Doesn't sound the back. I'm sure David Crane did the boy and his blob. I probably need to swap the case on this. It's got. I mentioned to James the problem with the Wii ones, because they're white, they really scuff and dirt up quite easily, quite badly. But it's got everything in it, precautions and all that kind of shit. So yeah, I grabbed them 2 together, because I say it was mainly that one. Again, keep saying it. What I do with CX, if I'm buying one, I try and get some else just to offset the postage cost. Sometimes I don't bother because I think I need to get this game. I'm just gonna fucking order it, be done with it. okay. With one of them Wavebirds, I ordered this game. And when I found the, you know, the envelope, I thought, oh, it's alright, it's got the manual. No, I didn't realise it's a 2-disc game. I mean, everything else in it, when I looked, I thought, well, that's great condition. Fucking bonus. Atelier Iris 2. So, you got that. It is in absolutely spank condition. So there's Atelier Iris 3. I'm not sure, I think number 1 might be on the PS1. But yeah, there's no manual. Woo! I don't get it, because normally when these ones are missing manuals, you know, discs are a little bit just fine. Obviously some fuckers just, yeah, well, the bonus soundtrack, I wasn't going to listen to that anyway. So yeah, I might obviously wait till another one pops up, order that one if I've got some credit, and then take that one back and, you know, sort of say keep the manual out of it. But there we go. So yeah, that's generally most of CX, other than one thing. So I had a little bit of PayPal money left, and I'd kept that to a side for a certain item. And this is why I'm struggling for next. I'm not struggling, but I'm not as comfortable as I like to be, and I couldn't not buy this. And I hope that if he's watching, he'll understand this. It's not that I'm not going to. I will. I've got the money. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. It's just it's left me a little bit shorter than I wanted to be for going to the Leeds Retro Market. That's all. But we can deal with it. And I'm glad I bought it now, and you'll see why. I've got a bit of a dilemma off the back of it though, as in terms of what to do. So the other game that I've got with... No, I didn't, I bought it separately. From CEX. And I seen it pop up and I was like, fucking hell, I've got this much money in my PayPal. I've got a little bit, it wouldn't, I think it cost me an extra 20 quid out of my own sort of account. And I'm glad I did, because it is absolutely fucking mint. It's about time I dropped, well I say about time, to be honest. It's been hit and miss, it's always hit and miss with CEX. But this is absolutely, it's perfect. I know Lee Retro Chef was quite, what's the word I'm looking for? He was very joyous and very, you know, sort of got one over on your tootie, didn't I? You know, when he grabbed this from, where did he get it from? Oh, one of his events. It was at Excel or whatever. I've only gone and got me Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on the Cube. However, this version, let me down there, is fully complete. And when I say fully complete, I mean it is. I don't think it's been played. That manual is like it's been ironed. And yes, I've even got the points. So happy as a fucking dog in shit. Pig in shit even, not dog in shit. Yeah, it is absolutely, it's spanko. So I do have, so the dilemma I've got, obviously I've got a copy of Fire Emblem which, other than it's missing the manual, is in great condition. So do I use this to take back my copy and say, I don't want it, it's missing the manual. The problem I've got is it was like, I don't know, something like, it's 75 quid, isn't it? It's 75 quid, I'm sure it is, from CEX, which is a lot of money, it is a lot of money. I think I had sort of 55 quid in PayPal, which I had reserved for a fellow YouTuber for a certain item, or part towards a certain item. So I've put like, you know, 20 quid cash, if you like, to this, which I am happy about doing. I don't know, don't boast about it. But I can't remember now, in terms, if I take this back, I'm pretty sure I'll just get £75 CEX credit, which isn't a bad thing. But equally, I would probably want, if any of you guys are out there, so I'm going to try and get this video out really quick, because obviously I could do with that cash back next week. If anybody of you guys are out interested in a copy of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, do you know what? I'll probably let you have it for 70 quid, posted. You know, less the manual, but you know, it's gonna do. Yeah, it's all in English, except when you've seen it anyway. So if anyone's interested in a copy of Fire Emblem on the Cube, 70 quid, posted or whatever, let me know. Otherwise, I'll take it back to CX and I'll get 75 quid store credit. But yeah, I'm so happy. Got that bad boy fucking fully complete now. So you'd think that would be the pinnacle of this fucking video. It would have been actually, but because I tend to try and group it all together. So the last little lot is a bit of a trade I did with a store. Not I wouldn't say local, it's local-ish, it's local enough, close enough. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if you recall, I had some SPs that I was going to take to Manchester. I thought, you know what, I'm going to pop into this stall here. It is an indie retro store, and just see what he's offering. Because I think with Ricky I would have got about 15 quid-ish store credit. So I took in 3 SPs with chargers. That green DS Lite, I don't know if you remember, like, I had to sort of really scrub it all up. I mean, it would look terrific when you first. James will remember this. And there was like a weird, I don't know what happened to it. Like they put some sort of corrosive thing on the corner. I cleaned it all up. It looked all right. It all worked. So I had 3 PSPs, 45 quid. DS Lite, which, you know, realistically I think 18 quid credit, so I sort of 15 quid. That's 60 quid. And then there was the Purple Advance, again about 15 quid. So 75 quid-ish. And then I took, do you remember I had the cancer causing Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, and then a couple of other like ISS 98 or whatever, about 4 N64 games. Them 2, Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, okay, ISS 98, well, it's not even £1, is it? And some outs. And he went 80 quid. And to be honest, I didn't even argue that much, because I thought, well, the DS Lite, realistically, you know, I'm probably about a tenner. But he's obviously, I've said to him, like, I'm looking for 15 quid on each system. So I had 80 quid store credit, give or take. He did have at one point had a loose copy of Banjo Tooie, which I was hoping he may have got again or whatever, I don't know. But he's not online. It wasn't there. He had some alright stuff. So the majority of them items, so that the Game Boy Advance, DS Lite, two of the Game Boy Advances, I can't remember which colours there were now. There's a black one that the black one I got from Charity Shop for £5, a red one, and I think the silver one, which I got from that bundle with James, along with the DS Lite and the purple Game Boy Advance for 30. So I paid sort of 30 quid or whatever. So from a 30 quid, and I've still got the Pokemons and stuff like that, I basically exchanged it for this lot. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I don't know how it all worked out. I think it roughly works out about £10 a game-ish. No, not £10. £12 a game. There's seven games here. Oh, you can see it here. And I couldn't believe it, right? When I walked in there, because I was just eyeballing it up a little bit, just get an idea of his. I've been in there once before, just get an idea of his prices. And I seen this on his shelf, just a spine, and I was like, fuck it, I am having that game. It's not an expensive game, it's just you don't fucking see it. And I can't believe it was there. And for an absolute fucking great price as well. It's Lago Winch, 10 quid on Cube, as you can see. So there's a few games like this that was 10 and there's one that was 14, and But there's 7 games, and I just rounded it. In my mind, it was like £12 or whatever or so a game. Fucking happy as Larry. Like I say, the bulk of what I traded in had only cost me 30. I think I'll probably, off the back of the N64 with the cancer-causing GoldenEye, whatever, which was, I think was £7. You know, what did it cost me? Like 34 quid. So for 34 quid, I've got 80. I've made 50 quid in terms of store credit. Yeah, and I've got games that I wanted. So Largo and Winch, anyway. As I say, from a cube collection, I'm down to about 24. This is a bugger to find. There's loads of German versions. Loads of German versions of this. Which this is, actually, looking at the back of it. Ah, you knobhead. It is, it's a German version. I didn't even think to check that. There you go. Just goes to fucking show you. Yeah, it is. It's a German version. Let's see if this plays in English. Right. This is. There is no other language on this. I just looked at the back. Because it was in this shop, I didn't even think to check it. You know? I really did. Here we go. Right. Case in point, let's see if the German versions. And someone's going to shout at me like dunk. It'll work too, it'll work, don't worry. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced with the German copies. I don't know if they. Oh, it's in great condition. But yeah, there are a lot of German versions of that, bizarrely. There's not many UK power ones. Let's turn around. Oh. Are we still on? We should still be on. Yeah. Let's see if it's in English. Press start.
Largo. If you're watching this taped will, it means that I'm dead.
There you go.
Everything's been taken care of so that you...
So yeah, I was wrong. I did actually think that all the German versions were just in German, but clearly not. So,
$100 billion. I have complete
no.
confidence that this finance...
Live and you learn. Anyway, let's leave that plain. These games are in English. He's only got a little shop. I've seen this one on the in one of on the display cases, and again at the price, it might have been 12 quid. I can't remember, but I say I'm just roughing these out to about 12 quid a game. It's an N64 title. I'm pretty sure Glenn Plant did a video on this, and this is like a precursor. Hang on, I don't want to fuck this up. I've already made it twat on. Look, I always make a twat on myself. I don't make no bones about it. You know, I don't care. I've got thick skin. I've got broad shoulders. I can take it. Yes, this was perceived to be the precursor, or the sort of testing ground for Metal Gear, or the Metal Gear version for the N64. Hideo Kojima. And it is hybrid heaven. It's boxed in, and a cheeky bastard, right? This was in the Sentinel case. Look at the Sentinel case. But when I opened it up, there was no tray, so you managed to go and get into the tray. But it's all there. I'm pretty sure I've got this loose car. But yeah, you've got the Manuel, you've got a slew of, which it looks like I've got too many of them. I don't know. I've got 2 precaution things. Rego, and obviously, you know, the car. I'm pretty sure I've got this loose car. But as I say, for what effectively was costing me 35 odd quid or whatever, when I seen that, I was like, I'm having that. I'm having that. So yeah, hybrid heaven. And then, you know, like I say, he's got a lot of systems. He's, you know, he's not just sort of like, you know, Sega or Nintendo or whatever. He had some only a couple of 2600s box games. It's got all your Xbox and your PS thing. He didn't have any PS2 though, I noticed that. But he has a shit ton of stuff behind in his little like counter. So again, you always have to ask. So I sort of say to him, have you got any more of these? Have you got any more of them? Have you got any more X, Y and Z? So a couple of NES titles that I've grabbed. This one first is I've cleaned all these up, asterisks, and I've actually, you know, sort of tested them out and stuff like that. Yeah, Pele, yeah. That's a good little game actually. I really enjoyed playing that. A good little platformer, very akin to the sort of Master System games. I got me Paperboy, which on closer inspection has got a little bit just in the corner there. That it's not a bad port. It's not bad. It's, I don't know. Not as good as the Master System one, I don't think. The controls are just a little bit, I don't know, a little bit clunky. Might just be me. And the last one I grabbed, and yeah, it's all right. It's an early release title. It's Hogan's Alley. So I think Hogan's Alley was the last one that I got, because I think I had about 12 or 14 quid left, and I was struggling to find anything. Because he sort of said, "Oh, do you want me just to write you a store credit thing out?" So I was thinking, well, do you know what? I'd probably just prefer to spend it all now. I know it sounds a bit daft, you know, buying stuff that you don't really want, but it wasn't the case of that. It's buying stuff that I haven't got. So when I sort of talked about Mega Drive stuff, he goes, "Oh no, I've got a load of stuff here. I haven't priced these up yet." So he pulls out this big pile of games. A lot of them were already had. It wasn't. He even sort of said, he goes, "I don't think there's anything magnificent in here." There's two titles that stood out. I had to get my app out. Thank God I had my app. So the two I got, and he did miss this one for quite cheap actually. I think it's about £5. He's missing the manual. I don't know if it's a good price or whatever. I remember this in the arcades. It wasn't a great game. Early Mega Drive release. It's Dynamite Duke. So no manual. This is very akin to, you know, your pseudo Wireframe, Cabal, Neo Geo Cross Swords, that kind of thing. In the arcade, I'm pretty sure he was more of a silhouette, a bit like Punch Out. So you're looking at it from behind the view. And then the last one, and I was surprised at this because he even showed me on his little tablet. Because I asked him when I went in, I said, "Look, you know, what's your pricing? You know, how do you work your pricing out? You know, for games that are, you know?" Because one of the stores that I know, it goes, it's Amazon only. Someone else is whatever, blah blah blah, and he goes, well, generally, he goes, look on eBay completely, and he said completed listings, and I work it from there. So you know, he's savvy enough to know that, and I was like, I thought, you know, fine, I can live with that. So this particular game here, I've got both of these, but I haven't got this version of it, and it's in fucking brilliant condition, I must admit. And it is Double Dibble of Quackshot and Castle of Illusion. Got everything. He's got the proper whatever and all that kind of stuff, you know. And he did. He went online. He went, "Well, this is going for," I can't remember how much he said or whatever. I think it was something like 13 quid or something. I think it was going online for 17 or something weird like that. I don't know. But again, for me, all I've done is I've bought some Game Boy SP, some of the car boot, some of the Game Boy stuff, and I've took them into him, and I've swapped them all for that stuff there. That's not bad. I say about 12 quid. It worked out about 20. He gave me £2 cash, because that's after Asterix was the last. Not Asterix. Hogan's Alley was the last one I picked up. I think that was, like I say, 12 quid. I think I had £14 left. I said, you ain't got anything for £2 have you? Which, with hindsight, I should have got 2 of the freaking Sentinel cases off him. But alas, I wasn't thinking enough on that end. But yeah, some great titles there. If anybody's interested in that Fire Emblem, I say ideally, I can take it back to CX and get me 75 quid store credit. But if someone out there needs it, Rapagar, whatever, I know you're interested. If I don't think you've got that, I can let you have it for 70 quid. 70 quid cash. Boom. I'll get it out to you next week. That would help me out. Hopefully it'd help you out. If not, not a problem. Not sort of saying it's just for Rapagar, but anybody else out there, you know, first come, first serve, basically. So yeah, that's it. Fingers crossed. Next Saturday is going to be a blast. It's shaping up to be it. I'll catch you in a bit, YouTube. Take it easy. See you later. Bye bye.